Stir fries, despite their characteristic crispness, can sometimes get boring. So today on Spice Box, I will show you an exciting alternative sauce, honey chili sauce. Sumptuous mixed vegetables are stir fried with ginger, garlic and tossed in a sweet and spicy honey chili sauce served on a bed of rice. To make this dish, let's look at the ingredients. I have 4 cups of cooked white rice, steamed white rice. Now you could use basmati or any regular white rice is perfect. I have about a cup of capsicum that has been chopped into large pieces, a cup of cauliflower that are nice big pieces, nice big florets. If you don't want to use cauliflower, you could also use broccoli. I have half a cup of mushrooms that have been sliced. I have a cup of baby corn that have been sliced into long strips like this. Half a cup of carrots. Salt and pepper to taste, a teaspoon of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons vinegar, 1½ tablespoons of honey, 1 tablespoon each of ginger and garlic that has been minced, 2 teaspoons of red chili sauce, 2 teaspoons of corn flour, 3 to 4 dry red chilies, 2 tablespoons of tomato sauce or ketchup and 1 onion that has been quartered. I have a pot here with some water that has come to a nice boil. We are going to blanch or parboil our vegetables. So we'll start with baby corn. We just need to cook this for a minute or 2 and then we are going to drain it. The baby corn has been in for a minute. Next go our cauliflower florets. Just remember to put them in the order of what takes the longest to cook. Baby corn takes the longest, so we put that in first. We've already added the cauliflower and finally we're going to add our thinly sliced carrots. We're going to cook this for just a minute. We just want to blanch them or half cook them. So turn off the flame and just let this sit for a minute. Our vegetables have cooked for just about 2 minutes in all. Now I'm going to remove this into a plate with the beautiful colors here. As you can see, the corn has gone limp, so we know that they are cooked. Just until they're done and they still have some crunch to it. So remove all of them and next we'll cook the rest of the vegetables. In a pan I have about 2 to 3 teaspoons of oil that's heating. Now I'm going to break my dried red chilies. I'm going to put 4 of them. You can even leave them whole if you like. Just mix it and once it starts to puff up, we're going to add all our ginger and half of the garlic. Just mix everything. Next go in our onions. Now I have quartered them. If you like, you could even slice them into thinner pieces. Some people don't like to have big pieces of onion in their mouth, so the choice is all up to you. Next go in the capsicum. And let's just cook all of this on a high heat. Just add a pinch of salt, not too much. And finally our mushrooms. We're going to let this stir fry for a minute or 2. Our vegetables have been cooking for just about 3 to 5 minutes and it's beautifully crunchy. At this time we're going to add the boiled vegetables back and just let this saute in the garlic and ginger for 2 to 3 minutes. Cook it on a high flame. Our vegetables have cooked for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now it's time to remove them. And then in the same pan, we are going to go ahead and make the sauce. So keep this aside. Now if you'd like, you could always add boiled chicken, or if you want, you could add tofu or paneer to increase the proteins in this dish. The choice is up to you. So I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to add some oil. There is some oil still in the pan, so you can just add a little bit. We're going to add the balance of the garlic. Cook this for just a minute so that its raw flavor is removed. Next, just a teaspoon of soy sauce. soy sauce has this wonderful smoky flavor, but it's also very salty, so you need to be careful. Next, go in the vinegar. This adds a little bit of sourness. We're going to add our red chili sauce to give it a little of zing. And finally, we're going to add the honey. This is what balances out the sweet, the salty and the spicy flavors and gives a mild sweetness. So just cook this. Add some pepper. Some salt. And then we're going to add about 1.5 to 2 cups of water, depending on how you want your sauce. If you want a lot of sauce, add more water. And we're going to let this come to a boil. While it comes to a boil, we'll go ahead and make the slurry with the cornstarch. So this has come to a boil, and we're going to add our ketchup now. Mix it in really well. And finally, we are going to add our corn flour slurry and just let this thicken. This should take about a minute. As you can see, our sauce is thickened. Now I'm going to turn off the flame. We're now ready to assemble our dish. So you start by putting a layer of the cooked white rice. Nicely spread it around. Just make sure you do an even job of it. And what you kind of do is just kind of push it around, make a little bit of a well in the center. Next, we'll add our sauce. So just pour the sauce on the rice evenly all around, retaining a little to put on top of the vegetables. Next, we're going to add our vegetables right in the center. They're all deciding to run away, so just do this as neatly and beautifully as possible. The larger the platter, the better it is, easier. Pick up the few ones that ran away and then take some more of the sauce and just drizzle it right on top. So even the vegetables have some nice saucy flavor. And finally, you can garnish with spring onion greens or coriander leaves, whatever you have on hand. And that's it. Such a beautiful dish.